Budget management is a topic that needs a lot of attention, and most people don't pay attention to what and how they spend their money, so I thought I should address this topic. Budget management is actually an art because it is the art of using the money you have in the most efficient way. It is difficult to create this balance because there are always incalculable expenses in life. First of all, let me talk about what minimalism is rather than budget management. Minimalism is being content with few things and being in favor of simplicity. It is getting rid of unnecessary items and crowds. It is a philosophy that I find attractive in certain respects. I recommend every person to apply minimalism to their lives at certain levels. Of course, I am not in favor of applying this philosophy in very radical ways, which can end up in a morsel and a cardigan. Therefore, I will see minimalism as something that protects us from crowding that hinders productivity and spending that puts a strain on the budget. First of all, the golden rule of budget management is that there are some questions you should seriously ask yourself before you buy something. Do I really need this thing? Do I have the budget to buy this thing? Is this thing really worth buying? How will this thing contribute to my life? As you can see, most of the things we buy will not pass this 4-question test. The more difficult your financial situation is, the more you need to apply the items. If your financial situation is extremely good and the things you will buy do not shake your budget, the rest is up to you. Especially in a situation where the country's economy is deteriorating and the future is uncertain, it is not wise to spend serious money, especially when we spend unnecessary money on unnecessary things. In order to use the budget effectively, at least research the things you will buy and spread them over time so as not to tire your budget. If you are going to buy clothes, clothes are one of the things to be bought by spreading over time. You should calculate it in a way that will spread it over a year and will not affect your budget. When buying clothes, you can wait for the discount season or buy products seriously at the end of the season. Also, for items such as t-shirts and sweaters, where there is no significant difference in quality between the cheap and expensive ones, choose the cheap ones. Try to buy only the best quality shoes, watches, sunglasses, etc. For technological gadgets, always try to choose price/performance products, especially when buying smartphones, headphones, and laptops. If you are not a game-addicted teenager, you do not need very powerful hardware. Very powerful hardware in phones and laptops is completely useless in normal use. They are also unnecessary unless you are doing serious graphics work and heavy computing. This hardware does not make a significant difference between normal price/performance products, and most people only use them for social media and some small tasks. From this perspective, spending a lot of money on these devices is a foolish choice. Also, due to the dollar rate and taxes, the prices are much higher than they should be. I think spending 10,000 TL on a phone is a serious mistake. You also need to cut out unnecessary junk food. Try to buy only foods that are really good for health, and you can use the money you raise from unnecessary things here. Try to use the products you have at full efficiency, especially when you are thinking of buying a new one, because if it can do the job well enough, there is no need to change it. People often try to replace something for small reasons. They spend on their credit card and at the end of the month they are stuck. Never go over your budget, and if you do, go up by 20% so that you have a chance to make up for it. The way to use your money effectively is to approach everything pragmatically. It's really important to spend money on things that give you something. This should be a cooking course, a language course, a gym, something that will give you something. You should buy something that is worth more than the money you spend, and it should make a serious contribution to your life. In this way, you are not spending your money, you are investing it. The most important thing to invest in is yourself. By managing your money wisely, you will not have to compromise on the quality of your own life. Some people spend a lot of money on unnecessary things and then cut back on their food and drink and eat cheaply, which costs them a lot in the long run. The system forces us to spend all the time, but it doesn't make us happy, and even if it does, it's fleeting. That's why we shouldn't spend our money on nonsense. We earn this money in exchange for our labor, energy, and time. That is why it is necessary to think deeper while spending. What is the price I pay for this product I will buy? Especially in an overpriced country like Turkey. When buying a phone for 6,000 TL, maybe this is 2 times your salary and you work almost 60 days for this money. Maybe someone from Europe can get this device by working for 5 to 6 days, while the price you pay is too high should make you think. Buy things that are worth the price and use them with 100% efficiency. If you are going to buy clothes, buy the most stylish and best ones when they are on sale, buy the previous year's product, not the latest generation of technological devices. Constantly research the products you will buy and learn the market prices, have information about the product so that you know about the product. Maybe it may be a chronically problematic product. Some series of white goods and technological devices can be problematic. You must know these. In addition, some of the products are sold cheaper on the internet and you should take this opportunity occasionally. It is important to be an intelligent and conscious consumer because the system constantly makes you feel bad and inadequate and forces you to sell things and consume. It's trying to trim your ego and use your ambition to gain status. These tricks are cheap tricks and too obvious for a conscious person to fall for. Most people pay unnecessary money for brands, most of which offer no quality and nothing extra. Unbelievable money is paid for the brand name. Being aware of these, as I said, depends on research. There is no difference in quality between a 98% cotton and 2% elastane t-shirt of an expensive brand and a 98% cotton and 2% elastane product of a normal brand, only the money paid for the brand name. With this budget management, you can save money by spending less than your income, or you can increase your living standards by using your money very efficiently. As you stay away from unnecessary things, useful products are usually purchased. For example, people pay 100,000 TL for their cars, but when it comes to buying a good and quality mattress, they try to escape to cheap and poor quality. If a person spends an average of 2 hours a day in his car, he spends 6 to 8 hours in his bed. Sleep quality is one of the most important factors of physiological and psychological health. It is important to be a conscious consumer who pays attention to these. With a minimalist approach, you can simplify your life in every area and increase your productivity.